DeMar DeRozan on Monday, so that allows him to become an unrestricted free agent. And somebody who's been all over this, the man who broke the story, our dear friend, our insider, Chris Haynes. So, hey, see, Haynes, you got me loud and clear?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear, man.
All right, we got your beautiful photo next to the box of our set right now. So the crew did not do you dirty. Just sleep easy knowing that. First of all, you've been saying for the last couple of weeks that Sacramento and DeMar DeRozan were trying to find a trade partner, and then all of a sudden the news breaks today. You're saying that DeRozan is going to be a free agent. So how did this all come about with them parting ways?
Yeah, DeRozan wasn't trying to look for a trade. That was the thing.
That's that Fresno cell reception we got just impacting the association.
Got that bad reception?
Yeah. We heard nothing after DeMar DeRozan. So just re-cue it, Chris Haynes. Joining us now, insider Chris Haynes is with us, who's going to tell us about how and why DeMar DeRozan became a free agent on this Monday. Chris?
All right, let's try to get these. So, the Kings, not DeMar, but the Kings were looking for a trade partner, being that they had a certain deadline to try to see if they can get some assets in return in a trade. But in all likelihood, it was always going to be via DeMar being released. And so this allows DeMar to hit the market, open market, relatively early in the free agency period. And he will clear waivers pretty soon. And then I'm told, like, there hasn't been any real serious conversations with other teams as of right now because he still has to clear waivers. But just think about a team out there that needs maybe a secondary scorer, leader on the team, and one of the clutchest players, we have in the league. And I'm not connecting any dots. This is not any intel, but if I'm a team that needs something like that, I'm probably looking at the Detroit Pistons. Again, this is not any reporting right now. I'm just saying, just from a need standpoint, I'm looking to see Detroit to see if they will have some interest once DeMar clears waivers. But this is something that DeMar is happy about. There still might be a chance that the Kings use the waive and stretch provision, but they're with this release, what they've done, they've got under the first and second apron. But there's still a chance that he's waived and stretched later next month. So, but DeMar hits the free agency market, and he becomes one of the top free agents automatically.
All right, something we'll keep an eye on for the six-time All-Star DeMar DeRozan entering year 18 in the league. Someone who's getting ready for year 24, Chris. LeBron James, I have to ask you about him before we let you go. The latest that you're hearing on the LeBron James sweepstakes.
So there's a few things I can say about LeBron. So there's only about a handful of teams that he's really considering, right? And we can kind of mention those teams, probably the Golden State Warriors, Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat, Philadelphia 76ers, the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think that might be 6, whatever. So only a handful of teams that he's really considering. And there's one nugget that I want to add to the LeBron James sweepstakes. Typically, with a top free agent, the teams will have the opportunity to pitch, to have a meeting with the star player, pitch them on the lifestyle, pitch them on the structure, the basketball lifestyle of the franchise. I'm told, as of right now, there are no plans for LeBron to engage in any meetings to allow teams to pitch him on an idea of coming to their prospective teams. What I am told that his agent, Rich Paul, is doing all the background work. He's talking with teams, and then in return, he will relay all the intel and data to LeBron James, in which LeBron will make a decision. So there will be no meetings, no pitches that will allow for teams to sit down with LeBron. LeBron will make his decision based off of the intel that he's receiving from his agent, Rich Paul. And one more thing I want to add, lastly, again, I am told still that he is not in any rush to make a decision. So, I mean, that hurts me just as much as it probably hurts the rest of the basketball world. But, yeah, I think this is something that's still going to take a little bit of time.
All right, what's your stat line, your next pickup game, see, before we say goodbye?
When's my next pickup game?
Yeah, no, what's your stat line going to be in the next game?
Oh, man, stat line. I mean, I'm always near a triple-double. You know, I'm like Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we love Chris Haynes. Hey, see, appreciate you taking some time, brother, and sharing that information with us.
Y'all take care.
There he goes, Chris Haynes. There at the end, he talked about LeBron James, and basically Rich Paul is going to be the facilitator of information. I just wonder if he's going to tell LeBron first or if he's going to save it for Max Kellerman on the Game Over pod.
Right.
Because the whiteboard had folks going crazy because there were 10 teams up there. If we're going to talk about this king, I got to go to this king, talking about LeBron James. Of the 10 teams that were on the Game Over pod whiteboard, okay, you had in alphabetical order Boston, Cleveland, Dallas, Denver, Golden State, Miami, Minnesota, New York, Philly, San Antonio. Give me a handicap this thing for me, King Josiah.
Well, I'm going to tell you personally because I'm a free agent fan as well. Appreciate you to the Lakers for 8 great seasons, Lakers fans for all the love. Have switched up on LeBron a little bit now. I'm not really a fan of, but time will tell how this move works out for both sides. But when I look at this list, I think the team for me, if you're LeBron and this is going to be your last season, you're talking about legacy, longevity, you want to go out a champion. So I think the San Antonio Spurs, if this is your last season, we can flip that narrative. I work a lot in Hollywood. I do a lot of script writing. I can write a good script for that. Teaming up with Popovich, who you have a strong relationship with, teaming up with Wemby, now passing that torch, passing the crown to that next generation. I just got to think if I'm Wemby, that narrative of, I couldn't get a championship until LeBron came is probably not something I'm going to roll with. But if I'm LeBron, I can go to these Spurs now. Team went to the finals. I get you over the hump, get you a championship, ride off into the sunset. But the one caveat is you got to live in San Antonio. So that's the one thing. LeBron's been in the league now 24 seasons. I just don't know if he's willing to rock with San Antonio on a day-to-day basis. I don't know how many good golf courses are out there.
Not going to touch that part, but what I mean, the way you're writing the script is like, yeah, sold me, and then the Wemby part, the way Wemby is wired is somebody who has said repeatedly with his actions and his words that he wants to be the next face of the league. Yeah, how he would interpret the interpreting of bringing in LeBron to help him get him over the hump. Now, they just bring in Tobias Harris, but LeBron does scream that final veteran piece, has experience, composure, something that they appeared to lack in all 5 games of the NBA Finals, DC. Like, you can make a strong case for the Spurs. Is there a team that jumped off the whiteboard in your eyes?
I've said this plenty of times. I felt the Philadelphia 76ers is a team that I feel like he would suit best to win a championship. When you talk about a guard like Tyrese Maxey, a guy that can get downhill consistently, you look at SGA, Jalen Brunson, guys like Luka, you need a guard that can get downhill, get you 25 to 30 points a night, being able to get you 5 to 8 assists a night to make it easier for everybody else. That's Tyrese Maxey. And then you have defenders in VJ Edgecombe. We know how spectacular he was in the playoffs. Jaylen Brown is a great defender himself, right? And then you have Joel Embiid. We can't forget about Embiid's impact and what he did against the Celtics last year in the playoffs. But this is a team where he could just be himself. He doesn't have to do too much offensively. Defensively, he has the pieces around him that can kind of defend everybody that they need to defend, and he can just kind of fill in the holes.
The 2 teams you guys mentioned are not the 2 teams that everybody is talking about. It would be Cleveland for obvious reasons, mostly romantic probably, and then Golden State to see LeBron and Steph run together in LeBron's final season. Why are you not as high on those teams?
Well, after meticulously studying that whiteboard, I think something that stood out to me was Darius Garland not being in Cleveland mentioned as a negative. But you know he's not there.
Yeah,
so there's no reason to write that on the board unless you're subliminally saying that there's other people on that roster who you're not rocking with currently.
You know, Darius Garland does play in L.A. for the Clippers. If I'm just throwing that out there, if Rich is saying LeBron loves him so much. Anyways, back to you, Josiah.
That's a tough love to have to switch over from the Lakers to go from the varsity team to the JV team.
Oh, come on.
To go penthouse to the basement. Not something you want to do. I just think, look, Cleveland done it twice now, brought a championship. Snap that drought for them. He's done everything he needed to do for Cleveland. And going back to that team, again, if this is going to be your final season, it's not a team that I'm sold on. Now, they would become one of the favorites in the Eastern Conference. But I think if I'm LeBron, I'm going back to the East. I'm not rolling with Cleveland. I would give Miami definitely some consideration. If Pat Riley brings his chocolate chip cookies back, let's him put them on the plane. Again, these are all there's situations every city that LeBron has played. There's fences we need to mend. Give the man his chocolate chip cookies, and I think we can at least consider and think of that. But I think his usage rate will probably be way too high in Miami for him wanting to go out now in the 24th season. Cleveland, it sounds good, it looks good on paper, but if that team doesn't succeed, as a LeBron fan, I know the slander that he will get as he rides off into the sunset, and I want to help him avoid that.
DC, can I throw one team that wasn't on Rich Paul's whiteboard at you just to get your quick thoughts? Indiana. Healthy Hallie. You bring in Zubats, Siakam an all-star. I mean, from just a basketball standpoint, do you see could that work?
Sure. I mean, you know me, I would love for Pacers.
I know, that's why
I would love for Pacers to get Bron, but I just don't see in the deck of cards. I just, you know, obviously Tyrese, given that this is going to be a year that he's coming back off an Achilles injury, that's going to be tough. You know what I mean? If you're asking me this question last season or before he tore his Achilles, I would say yes. You know, that would make the most sense. But you got to give Tyrese a little bit more, you know, a little bit more time to get back, you know, going and get in rhythm. But I think when it comes to the Warriors, you know, I know everybody's been talking about the Warriors and him fitting with the Warriors. I just think it would be too much for LeBron, him and Steph, to just carry that team night in, night out. Now they can do it. They can definitely do it. I think him, Draymond, Steph, they can figure it out, right? That's what they're. But it's just too much. You want to play with a guy or play with a bunch of players that you feel like that can carry you through the season, where you don't have to do too much. And then when that playoffs come around, then you can kind of take over. And I just think he needs to play with a little bit more younger talent.
A final word. No reunion with Kyrie in Dallas. Cooper Flag.
Do like Dallas. Do have sufficient golf courses for our needs. I just don't.
For our needs.
For our needs, as LeBron fans, we need to make sure that we're adequately taken care of. Want to keep that sciatica under control.
That's right.
Reunion with Kyrie, with the Cooper Flag of the situation. I just don't think Cooper Flag would necessarily want LeBron to come in and kind of take some of his shine. I'm rookie of the year. I'm doing my thing out here. I don't really need you, Bron, as much as I love you.
All right. Some good intel from the King's Court here as LeBron Futures Focus, presented by Caesars Sportsbook. So now that we've gotten a little taste of this year's rookie class with Summer League tipping off this past weekend, we're going to look at the updated odds board for the upcoming Rookie of the Year bets for the 26-27 season. So at the top, Cam Boozer plus 250, and then at the bottom right, Kingston Flamings at plus 5,000. So first and foremost, I got to get a favorite, and then I will ask you for a dark horse. So, DC, you're going to go second. Yeah, Josiah's first.
I am guessing your guys' house.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm gonna keep it safe. AJ DeBonsa, a guy I got to interview about a month ago. I just like where his head's at, like where his family's at. His dad is a very strong and positive force in his life. He was out here in LA at the Red Bull Performance Facility putting in a ton of work. I think he has a lot of layers and levels to his game. I think 6 35-point games as a freshman at BYU. So he's going to get to going with that thing. You got Trae Young over there who loves to dish the ball. You got AD and Sarr who are defensive presences out there. I think he's going to have the opportunity to have a great season with the Wizards, and Wizards be able to get into the postseason potentially. So I'm rolling.
Right now, today, third shortest odds for DeBansa. DC, your favorite?
I've been saying it. I love Darren Peterson, and especially what I've seen this past weekend off of 50% shooting, 11 for 21, 28 points. I mean, this kid can just flat out score with the best of them. I mean, I never seen a rookie that just scored this effortlessly. And it didn't even look like he was trying out there. It just looked like it was just simple, easy, can score all three levels. I do think Utah is going to make a jump. They will be a play-in team, if not get into the playoffs. And I think in order to be a Rookie of the Year candidate, your team has to win somewhat. And I think his team will win a little bit.
DC, going to have a DP breakdown a little bit later. Can we get the odds board back one more time? As we just got their favorites, chalk, right? DeBonsa and Peterson. Gosh, it's hard to not look at Caleb Wilson at plus 525. If he can make the impact on the Chicago Bulls in the city of Chicago and kind of get that place buzzing, I think that would have of league-wide ripple effects that put him in a good driver's seat. But now give me a dark horse, maybe somebody outside, those top 4 or 5 picks.
So I'm going to take a leap of faith here. I'm going to go Yaxel Lindenberg. I think Golden State Warriors, more like the Golden State Warriors, a lot of old guys on that team. Steve Kerr traditionally don't rock with rookies like that, but I think he's going to get the opportunity to play a lot. older. I think he's going to be 24 when the season starts, winning the Natty, just bringing that experience. And he's already basically a grown man in the league. He's way older than a lot of people on this roster right now. So he's going to be able to come in, I think, acclimate very well and have the opportunity, just depending on what the health of the rest of the team looks like, to get a lot of significant playing time, get some buckets. And they'll teeter on the brink of a 500 team, so I think he'll be in the mix for that.
Okay. And then DC's dark horse would be
Braden Burries, right? Look, I love this pick for Braden because I think at Arizona, they were playing more inside out, where they were dropping it down to the big a lot. Not to say that he didn't get his cake and eat it too. He did a good job of getting inside the paint and going downhill in transition. But I just think Milwaukee is a great situation. They don't really have that much guards over there. I think Tyler Herro is only over there. I think for him, he's going to have the usage rate go all the way up in what he had it at Arizona. And I think a lot of people are going to be surprised with my guy, BB.
All right, great picks, great looks from our two Bruins here, and that's it for this edition of Futures Focus, presented by Caesars Sportsbook. We'll be back in a little bit with plenty more here on the Association. He's a former Laker now, as he has moved on, but staying in L.A., signing with the Clippers a 2-year deal with about $28 million. Clippers also made that massive move to trade Kawhi Leonard back to Toronto. They bring in Brandon Ingram. The Lakers, on the other hand, building around Luka. They bring back Austin Reeves, trade for Walker Kessler, Quentin Grimes, Sexton, Mamu, etc. So here's the take for you to ponder. The Clippers will win more regular season games next year than the Lakers. Cash or trash?
Well, as a LeBron fan, heartbroken, torn. Would love to be petty right now, but I got a lot of friends still in Lakers Nation watching this show.
Yeah.
The Clippers will remain the Clippers. Clips going to clip. I don't think they'll win more games. I'm going to go ahead and say that is trash.
All right.
Just keeping it real.
First shot.
My dad played for the Clippers. We had to live that
First
life.
shot.
All right. Let's see what we got.
All right. It's all right. It's okay.
Don't tell nobody.
No.
I'm going to come with the good form next time.
Nobody saw it. It was just on television. The Hornets have been active this summer, DC, right? They trade LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges. They also bring in Naz Reid, Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal in the return as well, multiple first-round picks, et cetera, et cetera. It was a really fun past season for the Hornets, but they fell short of the postseason once again. With their new look, I wonder, is next year the year? 2026, 2027, the Hornets will snap that decade-long playoff drought. Cash or trash?
Oh, man, this is... they traded my guy, LaMelo. That was the first step that they went wrong. But I do not think they'll make it to the playoffs this year. I just think there's other teams in the East that have gotten better.
Yeah.
I think they beat Miami in the play-in game. Miami now has Giannis, so this is going to be trash.
All right, room for the shooter.
All right.
Let me get out your way.
No, you good. Oh,
Okay.
my gosh.
All right.
Hit backboard in there.
My elbow.
Hey.
Something wrong with my elbow.
Yeah, easy Chris Haynes with the excuses. On the other side of one of those Hornets trade, the Minnesota Timberwolves. They bring in LaMelo Ball to pair with Anthony Edwards, and they have a completely new dynamic. The vibes have totally shifted in that locker room as well. Julius Randle also gone to Brooklyn in a separate deal. Last season, they won 49 games, Josiah. 49 was the number last year. Cash or trash? The Wolves will win more than that next year. More than 49 wins.
So I'm going to go ahead and say I love the Wolves.
Yeah.
Love what they're doing. Love LaMelo. Big fan of the Ball family. Shout out LeVar. The patriarch. The man responsible. Not sold on this crew just yet. I think the vibes will be immaculate, like you're saying. The vibes will be very high in Minnesota. It'll be very enjoyable. Be my favorite team to watch this season. But I'm going to go ahead and say trash. I do not think that they will get. I think they might hit that 49 threshold. But the West has gotten a lot better, too. So you have to see Wemby. You have to see SGA. You have to see the Nuggets. You have to see this new look Lakers squad.
They're definitely a lead pass team.
But let me go see if I can get this jumper right.
Box office.
See if I can get this jumper right.
There it is.
All right.
We're getting closer every time.
Almost your side.
Almost.
One more take for you, DC.
Yep.
Oof. All right, Detroit. Last season, y'all shocked many. They finished as the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, but Tobias Harris has walked out the door to join the Spurs. They did sign John Collins to take his place. There's a lot of Jalen Duren drama, right? Beef Stew is gone to the Grizzlies. Traded for Isaiah Joe from Oklahoma City. So it remains to be seen what the final roster is going to look like. Heard Chris Haynes talk about Pistons potentially being a fit for DeMar DeRozan. You're getting in position, so I think you're all ready to trash this. The Pistons will be the top seed in the East again. Cash or trash?
Oh, man.
Go ahead and get out the way.
One thing about the Pistons, I wanted them to get another playmaker score with my guy, Cade, and they did not execute that during this offseason. Still a ways to go.
Yeah.
They got rid of Beef Stew. Who's going to fight all their battles? You know what I mean? Like, Beef Stew's the one that fought all their battles and made them feel confident, but they don't have my guy Beef Stew, so this is trash. I think it's going to be a long road ahead. I do got them like top 4, top 5 seed, which is solid, but it's just not the number 1 seed.
That's not, yeah.
So, let's see if I'm right.
Can we get
good?
Oh, my God. Hey, that's an exquisite box out, though.
I tried to box out. I tried to do my job.
Box out. I'm going to have to swim through.
I saw you move for a little bit. That kind of
Did I get lane violation?
Yeah, yeah, we got to do
Okay, one more.
We got to do another one.
Sorry, you got one, too.
You close. Hold on.
I was trying to hit that trash right there.
We need a I don't know. Have we ever gone over?
Let me see.
We have?
I got it.
Yeah!
First time. 3 chances.
Hey, you take that percentage.
First segment. First segment, 3
There
chances.
you go. That's nice. Oh, all right.
Mitchell Robinson out here.
All right, we're going to get more shots up while we go to a break. More association after this. Take down the hoop. Lovely video put out by Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then the Milwaukee Bucks released a lengthy statement. Here's just part of that statement. It said, quote, "Thank you for believing in Milwaukee and giving everything you had to this city day in and day out. You transformed the Bucks in every way and left your mark on this organization for generations to come. You'll always be family. You'll always be Milwaukee's champion. Forever a part of this city, forever a Buck. Thank you for everything, Giannis." And with that, as you turn the page on the lengthy and special chapter of Milwaukee and Giannis, we take a look at his top 10 plays in a Bucks uniform. Number 10, Giannis with a block. This is in the Garden, going coast to coast.
Get out the way.
And watching that video, guys, the transformation, the maturation from baby Giannis to the beast that he is today is pretty remarkable. Number 10 to number 9. 2019 Bucks Pistons. Reach back.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's a crime.
Sorry, John Lure. Didn't mean to show that without asking you first. Number 8, 2017 Bucks down 1, 4 seconds left. Game winner.
That's when he was starting to figure it out.
A lot of love in the Garden.
I was going to say another moment at MSG. Number 7, 2018 playoffs against Boston. Giannis against Aaron Baines.
Oh my gosh.
Watch your head.
So good.
His length. This is. Watch this.
Number 6, sticking with that 2018 season against Sacramento. Costa Kufas.
Hey, it had to be you, Costa. That's how it goes. The game is the game.
Not the best business decision, but we keep going. Number 5, earlier this season against Indiana.
What was it? Turn around. Right shoulder.
There we go.
Another buzzer beater.
Let him keep the game ball.
Great call. Number 4, 2016, hosting Oklahoma City. Giannis, Euro surge. Gets around Brody.
Y'all went vintage with this one. Wow.
Yeah. Number 3, Game 4, 2021 Finals. Blocked by Giannis.
To pick a roll and get back for a block shot is wild.
Freakish stuff. Number 2, 2021 Finals, Game 5, 20 seconds to play, a 1-point lead. Drew Holiday with the strip.
Throw it up, Drew.
There we go. Yeah.
As they came back and win the last 4 games and bring a title to the good land. Number 1, back to the Garden, 2018. Wow.
We'll say, watch your head.
What?
We'll say, watch your head, but he jumped over him. So.
Oh, Tim Hardaway Jr.
To his current teammate.
Yeah, it was.
Show him that video.
Yeah, that's going to be circulating in the locker room to be sure. 13 years, man.
Yeah.
That is
incredible.
A legendary. It's an iconic run for Giannis in Milwaukee. Achieved so much, basically everything that there is to achieve from a basketball perspective, from a personal standpoint. He talked about that in his videos where his kids were born. What are you going to remember most about his time with the Bucks?
My dad is a legendary Milwaukee Bucks player. I got to spend a lot of time in Milwaukee. So just his impact on the city, the way he rejuvenated, revived that city, be able to bring them a championship in their championship drought, but just what he means to that city, the hard work, the dedication. Coming in as the 15th pick, we look at some of that video of a young Giannis, scrawny, not really sure how his career was going to pan out, but he put the work in and day out. And my dad always tells this story. He was there in the winters, 10 degrees outside, middle of the night. He looks out the window of his hotel. He sees this big shadowy figure in a pair of sandals and shorts rolling into the practice facility, all times of night. But that was Giannis and just the hard work and dedication. Wow. And Giannis striving to be just a better version of himself every single day, every single way. So you hate to see that this relationship ended like this.
Yeah.
Writing was been on the wall for a while now, but everything he's done and meant to that city, bringing them a championship. I hope they keep the Antetokounmpo store across the street at the Trade Hotel. No clearance sales. Still show your love and support Giannis. Keep that love going. And like he said, Milwaukee's his city. He's going to be a Buck forever. Greatest player in Bucks history, hands down. No question about it.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. Like I feel for younger generations of fans because I think that those one-team players, regardless of sport, are kind of going extinct. You just don't see it anymore. And there was a time where you hoped it would happen for Giannis and the city of Milwaukee, but it hasn't played out that way. Even still, DC, he leaves a legacy with this franchise. They've had a lot of greats put on that uniform and represent that franchise. Where do you put Giannis?
He's, like Joe says, he's up there. I mean, to me, I think the most memorable thing about Giannis, and I think a lot of people in his peers respect, is that he did it with one team, right? And he was able to bring a championship to Milwaukee, where a lot of people felt that Milwaukee wasn't a great destination. But for his time that he was playing, a lot of players started considering playing in Milwaukee because of him. And I just remember when Giannis first came into the league, that, people try to label him as just like a slasher. And then Jason Kidd says, no, I'm going to put the ball in your hands. Yep. You're going to run more of a point forward. And now he's dribbling up the ball in transition, and he's creating plays and making plays off the pick and roll, getting downhill. So his transformation from how he came as a rookie all the way to now has been truly unbelievable. You think about it, he was the 15th pick.
Yeah.
The 15th pick, and yet he's the most dominant player in that draft class. I mean, truly remarkable. I mean, look at his accolades. I mean, that's second to none. I mean, he's crazy. Very, very deserving. I'm happy that they get a chance to put this behind him because, one of the things was the narrative surrounding it, whether he's going to get traded, whether he's not. I think both Milwaukee and himself can say, you know what, we're in a much better place now. We get the chance to put that behind us. Giannis gets to move on, to a situation like Miami, and Milwaukee gets to move on with their young assets.
And so while Giannis's time in Milwaukee didn't last forever, that banner he put up there, that will last forever. So now he goes to Miami, a new chapter with the Heat, and switching to that side of things, there's still some moves left to be made at time in the offseason. But where do you see the Giannis Bam Heat in the Eastern Conference hierarchy? You have the Knicks as the reigning champions. I'll let both of you answer this question. Like, how far have the Heat catapulted up the standings on paper?
Well, for me, when I look at the top two teams, the top teams in the Eastern Conference last year, it was the Knicks, Detroit. They all had like a ball handler that can get downhill. And I know Giannis is one of them. He can get downhill, but I think he needs another playmaker with him. His best years in Milwaukee was playing with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday. So you pair that up with somebody that can play make, and the offseason is still going. Right. You pair that up with somebody that can play make next to Giannis, then I'll start talking about Miami as being the top echelon teams in the Eastern Conference. But until then, I think it's just too much Giannis. I think Giannis needs a little bit more help. That's not the same thing about Bam. But this is a guard league, and you need a guard that can get downhill consistently.
Yeah, I think that roster right now looking like the South Beach Bucks. It's like, you leave the Bucks situation, and not the Bucks of last season, but of previous seasons. Top 3, top 4 team right now, but again, still work to be done. You got guys like DeMar DeRozan, Bradley Beal, a lot of players out there that I think can help fill out that roster, add some increased shooting. You look at that starting lineup right now, and I'm not particularly intimidated by that starting lineup from the rest of the Eastern Conference. Now, Giannis, of course, but obviously he's got his situation going on. I know he played about 36, 39 games last year. Had the ability to play more. Bucks shut him down, but that health is a situation. Him and Bam, how are they going to mesh? But I do like Bobby Portis being included in that move.
Yeah,
coming up to South Beach, which I think he's going to be very, very valuable to that squad, the mentality, the attitude, and what he brings to the team. And shout out Tim Hardaway Sr. for letting Junior rock the jersey.
And the only reason why you feel that Miami Heat will be competitive is because of their culture and spulture, right? But when me and Josiah, what we're trying to say is when you're talking about the top of the top or contending team, you need a little bit more on that team.
LeBron tips the scales then.
Hey, there you go. There's your playmaker.
He definitely.
Yeah, he would.
Not
sure.
one, not two, not three.
You wouldn't have to buy a new jersey, right? Or did you get rid?
Yeah, I'm too old to wear jerseys. I'm trying to get my fitness right.
That's a good PSA. That's a good PSA.
T-shirts under the jersey don't really mesh well in this day and age. The kids are very mean nowadays, very mean-spirited with their tone.
You're built for that. You're built for that, Joe. You just alluded to it. You said, shouts to Tim Hardaway Sr., and people were looking at the graphic like, wait, Tim Hardaway Jr. That's because of the number. Sr. had said, hey, that's retired for a reason, not going to wear it. But plans apparently have changed in the Hardaway household.
Okay.
In your face.
Do you think he had, sometimes you go to a new team, like you got to, pay a little bit of money, get a nice little gift to get the number that you want. Do you think Senior did that to Junior?
To get that jersey up off of him? I wouldn't be surprised this day and age. Shout out Tim Hardaway Sr., though, close family friend of ours. Got a lot of love and respect. But initially, to press your son like that, he's coming to South Beach. TSJ spent a lot of time out there, in his younger years growing up. Like, come off the number. Like, you could wave the magic wand, say, all right, take it down. Yeah. But I do understand the other side of it. He's a very old school, Chicago tough in his ways.
Sure.
You got to earn this, Junior. You ain't going to get it for free.
Yeah, I mean, look, if anybody was to get your number, it would have to be your son, right?
Yes.
So
you're going to make one exception.
He was getting too much flack at the cookouts, the cousins, the aunts, the uncles. It was like, hey, man, come on, man. You
let him have it.
Up, and so,
I asked him, what you going to do with it? If I let you wear it, are you...
Don't bring shame.
What you going to do with it?
No, and we know Tim Hardaway Jr. is not going to do that. All right, that's going to be it for this little segment here on the Association. We're going to take a little time out. Pete Clifford was the hero, though, in the game-winning 3 with about 5 ticks left. How about, Joe, your dark horse for Rookie of the Year, Yaxel Endeberg, 11th overall pick, playing a couple games already, averaging 15 points, 6.5 boards, 4 assists, shooting 59% from the field, 78% from 3. 7 of 9 from behind the arc. It's a nice start for him in the summer.
Looking good.
Cameron Carr, 24th overall pick for the Lakers. Great start for him, too. Couple of games, 22.5 points, the average. The most of any player who's played multiple games. Also chipping in 5 rebounds per, 45% from downtown, 9 of 20 from 3. If the Lakers player development staff can turn him into a legitimate player, like that changes the trajectory of the Lakers. And it may go without saying, but it feels like a massive missing piece. And last but certainly not least, Darren Peterson, the number 2 overall pick, dazzled. Scored more points than anybody in his summer league debut. 28 points, leading the Jazz over the Hawks in overtime. He had clutch points, too. 10 in the fourth quarter. He broke a tie with a 3-pointer in overtime as well. 18 of those 28 points in the second half. So a little primer to get you caught up on any of the Summer League action that you may have missed. Something you're definitely not going to want to miss right now is Darren on Darren. Darren Collison breaking down Darren Peterson. You take the host. Yeah, you got the host chair.
Cool. Well, you know, guys, I feel like Darren Peterson is going to be one of the best guards to play this season, even as a rookie. You think about big guards, Castle, Harper, SJ. Don't forget I've got my guy Kyrie along with Luka. They're 6'4" and above. They're able to score at all 3 levels, and they're able to play make at their height. And they always have a size advantage at the point guard position. I believe Darren Peterson is like that. So we look at the film for a little bit. We're going to be able to see Darren Peterson score at all 3 levels. Right now, Darren Peterson is coming off the pick and roll. Really good coming off the pick and roll. He keeps his dribble a lot, and he loves to attack the big that he wants. And what I notice about this clip is he knows the matchup that he wants. So when we play this clip, you're going to see him try to wave out the matchup that he doesn't want, but go against the 5. I think that's Asul Noel, and gets a nice little right inside layup. I mean, this guy is pretty spectacular. And then you talk about transition. You got to be able to score in transition at a high rate. I mean, his ability to get fouled, score, we pause it right there, get fouled and score at his height is going to be a premium too. The other thing that I started noticing about Darren Peterson when I started watching more film, he's not just a scorer, he's a playmaker. And what you want your guards to do is not only get inside the paint, but you want them to draw the defense and look for these weak side passes or strong side passes every time they draw or they get inside the teeth of the defense. So if you watch Darren Peterson gets in, stop right there. He's drawing 4 players right there. His ability to see that play is not like a normal rookie. That's pretty good for Darren Peterson to see that play. Ace Bailey misses his 3, but that's the right play to make as you play it. And just his awareness, gets the touch. That's that nice little floater. That's a skill shot, ladies and gentlemen. Real skill shot. Him coming off the pick and roll, we stop right here. I think at this level, you have to be able to score at a high rate in terms of ISO plays, right? A lot of teams switch, so they're gonna have their bigs against him. And if you can't break your bigs down, then teams are gonna continue to switch and make it difficult for you. But you can't do that with DP. So if you play it, he gets pretty busy. He starts dancing, little side step, step back, easy work. That's just beautiful.
Wow.
And again, if we pause right here, because teams like to switch, you got to be able to hit that pocket 3 as soon as you come off the screen, because a lot of times the bigs are late off the switch. But if you can't hit that shot, teams are going to continue to switch. And if we play it, DP makes the right play again. I mean, these are just effortless shots. I mean, this kid is a flat-out scorer. I think he does a greater job as anybody already at scoring at the 3. He can get into the mid-range for his floater. He can score with either hand. I think Utah Jazz are going to have a great time watching this kid play, and he's going to be box office.
Josiah, given the moves that the Jazz have made and how they've kind of revamped this roster in short order and adding a number 2 pick who's in the running for much of the last year and a half to be potentially the number 1 overall pick in Darren Peterson, what do you make of their current trajectory?
As much as I hate to say it, I like this Utah Jazz squad. I mean, you got Keontae George, who's going to take a next step, next leap, looking to work on his coaching as well this summer, which I thought was very, very fascinating for him to be on the Jazz sideline, I think, for 1 game, but to learn that side of it, increase his game. Ace Bailey, who's now got a year under his belt, I think is looking to have a more of an expanded role. Lauri Markkanen, a guy who can get it done, you know, double-double machine, does his work. And Jaren Jackson Jr., defensive juggernaut. So you add Darren Peterson to this mix with that